Okay, Merry Christmas. We are December 8th. We are beginning to get pretty close to Christmas. I want to share with you today, continuing on with John the Baptist and his birth and the prophecy about his birth. And one of the things that was spoken about him in Luke chapter 1, verse 15, was that it lists a whole bunch of things that he would be. He would be this, that, and the other thing. But one of the things it said, it says he would be filled with the Holy Spirit even from birth. Now, this is a pretty crazy thing that God said. He'd be filled with the Holy Spirit even from birth. So watch this. Look at how God views people. We like to see the finished product. We like to see, oh yeah, we can see that 30-year-old and we can be convinced God can use them. God doesn't see that. God sees from creation to today. He sees us. He doesn't need to see how we turn out. He sees potential in us that we never see. From the womb, God said this guy would be filled with the Holy Spirit from birth. Now, we're in a society that even debates whether or not an unborn child is a human being. So we're so far removed from seeing potential. We're so far removed from seeing God fulfill his promises in the womb. We're so far removed from that. We're so messed up. But God said, even from birth, I'll fill him with the Holy Spirit. And then the crazy thing is you jump ahead, going ahead a little bit, but you can read this. When Mary became pregnant, she immediately went to Elizabeth. And when she went there, she went and she met Elizabeth, and Elizabeth came out and met her. Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant at this time. So John was 6 months in the womb. So he's, beginning his third trimester. And when Elizabeth and Mary met, John, 6 months in the womb, leapt for joy. And what happened? He was filled with the Holy Spirit. He was filled with the Holy Spirit in the womb when he was in the presence of Jesus. Now watch this. Jesus was weeks in the womb. John was 6 months in the womb. And they connected, and John was filled with the Spirit. Why do I want you to hear this? Because there is something in the Spirit that's way bigger than in the natural. Don't think you have to just experience something in the natural. It is a spiritual thing. Watch this. John couldn't see with his eyes, and yet he saw the Messiah. John couldn't walk. He was in the womb, and yet he leapt because he met the Messiah. Jesus, the promised Messiah, was just a matter of weeks in the womb, and when he showed up, the Holy Spirit fell. I'm telling you, don't think that we're limited to what we naturally can do. It's a spiritual thing. And so this Christmas, have the hope that God's going to do things in a way that we can't even imagine. Nobody would have ever thought this, and what he's going to do in your life, it might be so far greater than anything you could ask or imagine. Expect it. In this time, in this season of expectancy, expect something so big that the Holy Spirit would do in your life. God bless you, and Merry Christmas. Hey, these devotionals, they are available for you to download. You can look right down there and see the link, isasports.org/Advent. Get them, read them along. You can share the paper copies with a friend, even as a family. So Merry Christmas, and I'm glad you're joining us in this time.